Hi, welcome to day 4 of 12 days of single message transform videos and blogs. My name's Robin Moffat, I'm a developer advocate at Confluent. Today I want to show you a single message transform that's really useful when it comes to changing the name of topics that we have source connectors writing into, or objects that get created on target systems in which the connector, as many of them do, use the topic name as the basis for the object name. So here we've got a topic on our system and the topic's got this name here, day4-transactions. I'm going to see how we can take that topic, I'm going to stream it down to a database. So we'll use the MySQL connector, and to start with we'll not use any transformations and we'll see what it does by default. So we'll say take this data from this topic here and stream it to the database, which it goes and does. And we can have a look at the status from the Kafka Connect REST API, and it says it's running. And if we go into MySQL and we say show tables, we can see we've got a table called day4-transactions. Now this is where the problems start, because if I say, well, that sounds interesting, I wonder what the schema is for my table, and say, well, describe that, and tab auto-completes it, which is lovely, and we say do this, it says we've got an error in your syntax, which actually is kind of confusing because I did auto-complete, so you'd think it would figure that out, but actually you have to quote it with backticks because a hyphen in the object name makes it upset. So we can access it doing that. We can do a select from it if we remember our backticks like this, and that works, but that object name is not really what we wanted. So in this case here, I want to change the object name to get rid of that hyphen, probably drop that day4 prefix as well. But you may have topics on Kafka that have got all sorts of kind of like namespaces in and things like that, and the object you want to create on the target, whether you're talking about database tables or Elasticsearch indices or any number of different technologies to which we can stream to from Kafka Connect, we want to modify that topic name as it leaves Kafka through Kafka Connect into that target system where it becomes the object name. So we're going to use the RegExRouter to do this. What I'm showing you here is for the sync connector, but the same thing works for a source connector as well. So source connectors use like source object names, like the message queue or whatever that we're ingesting data from. So again, you can use the same transform that I'm about to show you to change those names so that we can write to a Kafka topic in the way that we want to. Here though, we're taking data from a Kafka topic, we're pushing it down to MySQL, and we're going to change our connector so that it looks like this. We're going to say do this, and let's split the screen there and leave MySQL at the top, and here is our connector. So we're going to update the existing connector, and we're going to say change the topic name thus. So we're going to use a single message transform called drop topic prefix. The transform type is the RegExRouter. And now here's our regular expression. So there's a great website, in fact let me show you, it's called regular expressions or regexrouter.com, and it lets you type in your string that you're working with and then figure out your regular expression to manipulate it. So I'll show you that in just a moment in a bit more detail. But here we're saying we've got the day4 dash prefix, that's our text that we're going to match against, and then we do this, the parentheses, the brackets, are our capture group. And we're saying capture everything basically that comes after that day4 dash. So it captures that, and we're going to use it in the replacement. So $1 is the first capture group, so it's going to replace whatever it finds in the topic name, matching that regular expression with that capture group there. So it's updated the connector. Let's just check it's still working okay. It says it's running. And if we go back up to MySQL and we say show tables, we've now got a table called transactions because there was still data being written to that source topic. So when we change the connector, it's now just saying, well, I was writing to this table and now you've used the regular expression router to tell me to write to a different table. So it's switched over, it's built the new table, and now it's populating that one. So we can say describe transactions, and it's happy doing that. And we can say select star from transactions, and it's happy doing that also because we're just using a more sensible name. I said I was going to show you the regular expression website in a bit more detail because perhaps that day4 bit is important. We just want to get rid of the hyphen here. So we can use regular expressions. Regular expressions are super powerful they can be fairly complicated and scary, but they're also really powerful. So we can do something like say, well, let's take that original topic name. So let's head back into our list of topics. So we're using Kafka Cat here to list out our topics. We've got a topic called day4-transactions. So here is regular expression, regexr.com, and we're going to put that here in our text that we're working with. So we put that there, and now we can start to build up our expression. So the one that I used previously was day4-, and we said capture everything after that. So we can see it's matched that text there. If we put in another test thing here, so like day5- transactions, and another one here that says day4-foo, you can see it saying, well, it's not going to match against this one. You don't have that light blue over it because it can't match it because we don't have that day4, which we're saying up here. And then it says, well, these two match. And then out of that, we've got some capture groups. So I think down here, we've got this one here, which says the result of capture group 1 is foo. And this one here, capture group 1 is transactions. So you can see what I mean. It's a really useful way. And there's a bunch of references over here. You've got a cheat sheet and all sorts of things like that. But it's a really useful way. So what we're going to say is, well, actually, we've got this hard-coded day. So we know that's there. And we're going to capture the day number. So we're going to use another capture group here. And then in here, we're going to use /d, which means a digit. And we're going to put in a plus, because a plus, as it says over here, means 1 or more. So it's got to be day something, so 1 or more digits. So now we've got two capture groups. And it's not capturing these ones. Why is it not capturing those ones? Because I've used the wrong thing there. So it's a backslash, not a forward slash. So /d means digits. You can specify it as a range of characters and things like that with square brackets. So now we're actually matching all three of these ones here. So we've got day4-foo. And if we look down here, it says, well, day4-foo matches. Group 1 is 4, which is the day that we captured up here. Group 2 is foo. And day5 transactions, we've caught the group 1 is 5, group 2 is transactions. So this is our new regular expression that we can use in the connector, and then we can actually test the replacement as well. So we can say replace it with the group, and then we'll do an underscore, and then we'll say day, and then we'll say like that. So this way we can reformat day4-foo into foo underscore day4, and we could put other things in there as well if we wanted to. So I like SMT because they're really useful. But you can hard code stuff into your topic names however you would like to in that replacement. So let's do that. Let's move that back over here and let's build out another transformation. So this time we're going to update that same connector again, and we'll clear the screen there and we'll paste this in. And so this time we're doing this. We're saying take the regular expression. There's that thing that we built up just then in the website that I showed you. So /d is captures a digit, plus means 1 or more digits. So that forms our first capture group. Then we've got the hyphen, which is part of the topic name and hard-coded, and then we capture everything that comes after it. We're going to replace it with, first off, everything we captured after it, so transactions in this case. Then we use an underscore because that's more appropriate for a table that we're creating. Then we hard-code day, and then we say the result of the first capture group, so day 4, day 5, and so on. So we do that, and it says it's not happy with it. I suspect we're going to get into bash quoting problems here. Let's try double escaping it. I think that's probably worked, because we're sending over a lump of JSON using curl to talk to the REST API. And I think that's worked. Let's see if it's actually worked or not. So let's head over to MySQL and say show tables. Show tables. There we go. It's worked. I shouldn't sound so surprised, but as you can see from here, I've not actually tested that bit out. We had to double escape the backslash there for it to work okay. But we can see now we've got a table called transactions underscore day 4. Now we can say describe transactions day 4. And it says there's the data in the table. Oh, sorry, there's the schema of the table. And we can say select star from that, and it says here is the data in that table. That, as you notice, that row count there is going up because we're inserting new data into that topic all the time, so it's streaming over to this topic using the JDBC async connector. So that was the RegExRouter single message transform. The only scary thing about it is we're using regular expressions, but for a lot of the text modification you're doing with topic names, it's fairly simple to figure out the patterns to follow. There's that great website that I showed you, there's tons of others, because regular expressions are used like all over technology, so you'll find plenty of references for it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for lots more videos.